So the brief to us was that things need to be functional, practical, and everything needs to be built on time. We suggested that we'll go in for a certain sense of minimalism, but we wanted that minimalism to have a certain character, a certain warmth, and that is when we thought about giving the house an undertone of Mediterranean feel to it, like as if, you know, even though you're at home, you're away from home in some way. Hi, I'm Jasem from MuseLab, and I co-founded this firm with Huzaifa Rangwala. We started this firm in 2012. You know, when there is an element of, like, say, a mandir or an altar, you know, where one is thinking like, should we celebrate it or should we tuck it away? And here we thought that let's take that as a start point for a design element and let's celebrate that wall. And also we had to soundproof the home office from the dining space. So that is an actual double glass partition that's created, where one side it is stained glass and on the other side we've gone for a clear glass. The way the kitchen is placed within the planning of the building layout itself, it is more tucked inside. It doesn't really have much natural light coming its way. So our first instinct was to make the kitchen larger. On one side of the kitchen there is a fluted glass, so it still lets the light from the living space enter into the kitchen. So we played with fluted glass in terms of not just, I mean, it's not like it's an uncommon material, it's common, but in terms of how the panels are cut and put within the space. But the entry itself is a complete clear glass and it's an arched door, because it just kind of begins to frame one space of the kitchen. And then there is also a little elongated elliptical window that, you know, kind of frames the dining space and the three arches that are there. If we brought in a bit of texture within the glass first. There's fluting within it, but the fluting also, if you see how the panels are shaped, so we brought in a bit of the arches, the geometry within the panels also helps warm up how the glass appears. So it's both stylistic in that sense, and it appears warmer and it not alienating in that sense. But it also allows for, you know, like that visual connection between two spaces. And then of course, when we come to that home office partition, the one between the dining and the home office, that's where we brought in the color and the very nature of stained glass itself. You know, it brings in that little cozy, warm feeling within one. So I think that's how we were able to kind of not make it so clinical, but a much warmer material in that sense. Having known the clients for a bit, we did understand their personalities. And the whole idea was to create a sense of calm within the home, to, you know, sort of feel like you've come elsewhere. So we took that as a cue and thought that, you know, why shouldn't one feel like, you know, you're living in a resort? Why do you have to always feel like a home is just a home and only functional? So that's why it was important for us to bring functionality and aesthetics together to kind of create that layering with the way we did with the materials and the color choices, to bring about that feel within the space that your home is also your resort. You do not need to kind of necessarily step away. It's always nice to take a holiday, but it's always nice to feel like you're on a holiday always as well.